Hello and a very warm welcome to our cold lesson. We have a really cold lesson to talk about today, and we're going to talk about temperature. In Ireland we have a mild climate, so our temperature is generally average. I'm going to display a number line and I'm going to represent some values of temperatures. Now Ireland generally has a cold temperature, on average about 7 degrees Celsius. And that is not cold or it's not hot either. Now if we had a really hot day, we would be anything plus 20 degrees Celsius. If we went to a country like Spain or a country closer to the equator, which is the center of the world, we would have a temperature that's a lot hotter. And therefore, we would not have this guy. We'll call him Frosty Fred. Frosty Fred the snowman. And Frosty Fred would not exist unless we had a cold temperature. Now, Frosty cannot exist at 7 degrees Celsius. However, once we get to 0 degrees Celsius, we start to get very cold. If you notice and you look at your car, or maybe you watch the weather on the TV and you look at the temperature. So next time you're watching the weather, look at the temperature, find out what temperature it is, and you can find out how cold it is. For Frosty Fred to exist, the temperature has to be a negative number. So after we have a temperature of 0, we actually have negative numbers as temperatures. So we have -2, -3, -4 and -5, and so on and so forth. For Frosty Fred to exist, this temperature in this country or in any other country will have to be below 0 degrees Celsius. As you can see, you may not have got your head around this, that we can actually have negative numbers and positive numbers, but this makes a lot of sense if we have a cold temperature and we understand that our temperature has gone below 0 degrees. Once our temperature has gone below 0 and we're into our negative numbers, we say that it is freezing temperatures. Now, the higher the number, or the higher the minus number, if we have 10, -10 is colder than -7. So -7 is actually warmer than -10. As we go further and further, if we have -20, -1 is hotter or warmer than -20. So in the morning, Frosty was made and the temperature was at -4 degrees Celsius. Now as the day got a little warmer, around midday, our temperature became -2 degrees Celsius. Now in order to figure this one out, we actually take -4 and we add 2 to it, because now we're into -2 degrees Celsius. So it actually went from -2 in this direction, +2 to -2. Even though we are moving backwards when we add a number, we are actually getting hotter and closer to our positive numbers, because that's what our temperature is. Temperature is usually in the positive numbers from 0 onwards. However, when it's freezing temperatures, our temperatures can go below 0, and when it gets warmer, like for example with -4 getting warmer to -2, it actually goes backwards. Okay, so at midday, it said we had -2 degrees Celsius. The weatherman then said that it got 5 degrees warmer. So let's do that. We're going to say -2 plus 5. And I like to cancel these out, and I like to make a number bond to cancel them out. I say 2 plus 3, and I cancel my -2 with a +2, and I'm left with 3 degrees Celsius. So poor old Frosty became a puddle. Now, let's apply this now to money. So say for example, I go to the shop and I want to buy a football. And let's just say I bought this football for €20. So the football cost me €20. However, when I looked in my bank, it said that my bank account only had €10. But because my bank manager is very nice, he gave me the thumbs up and he said, okay, you can spend €20 with your €10, but now in your account you have -€10. So let's try that out. We are going to say we have €10 and we're going to take away €20. So let's make our number bond, which I like to do. 10 and 10, cancel 1, and we're left with -10. So right now I am in debt. I have no money. I actually have -€10. So I actually owe this bank manager, who won't be so nice next time, because I owe him €10. The amount of money I have in my bank is not a positive number, it is -10. And in order to get back to €0 in my bank, which I want to get back to even, I need to give this bank manager €10.